This is the OSRA Scrum for 28 January 2015. I'm here with Craig. What's new?
I haven't done any coding today. It's been a little bit of a mad day, but I have Viv's talking about needing to rebase her pull request, and I was going to reach out to her and help her go through that. But and I've tried doing it as a dummy run tonight, and I'm not really sure whether it's going to be a great learning experience for her because it's like 25 to 30 three-way mergers that you have to go through. And
Is that for the validation?
This is for the wheel paginate gem she's installed. So I'll reach out to her and I'll give her some options, but I'm not sure. It was quite a brutal rebase. I've uploaded the results on my. I've not pushed it up. I was going to pass it on to Viv or let her go through the rebase with me, but we'll decide what she wants to do and then we can work on that the way she wants to work on it. And that's me. That's all I have to report. There's nothing blocking me other than time. Everyone seems to be...
Which one is it? I don't see it here.
She closed the pull request, so she has it in her repo.
Oh.
But if you go into closed, and then go to page 3.
Page 3?
Scroll down to the bottom.
Oh. Okay.
And she's about halfway. She's about halfway up the page somewhere. There, implement. It's the priority one. Implement pagination.
All right.
So she's closed that because she thought Brian was going to merge it in, but we've said we'll hold out.
Working for a month.
Yeah. So there's a fair bit of rebasing work to do there.
But if this was closed, why do you still need the rebasing?
Well, it's not officially closed. I think Viv closed it because she thought Brian was going to take it over because she's got very busy and she didn't want to hold up the project. But then we've reached out to her and told...
Sorry.
We've reached out to her.
This one was rejected or it was merged?
No, she just closed it because she thought Brian was going to... It was neither rejected nor merged. She thought Brian was going to rebase it for her, but we said that it was okay. We could hold out till when she had some time if she wanted to. So I need to reach out to her and work out what she wants to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
What about yourself?
Well, nothing from me. I was busy with work. Didn't do any OSRA stuff today, and I think not even yesterday. I'm still planning to do 335, the new and create for the sponsor. So
okay.
Hopefully tomorrow. Oh, look who's here. Gabriel. Hello, Gabriel.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. I just eat, so I am ready.
Have you ran your test race yet?
Yes, I run it, and it's everything fine. It's everything green, so I think I have all the code.
Oh, cool.
Well installed.
So do you have any questions?
Actually, no, because to be sincere, I didn't see the code or the what are you working on, but I will try to understand a little about the code and what you're working on. Let me see. Yeah.
I think nobody was working on anything, so
Yeah.
everybody was busy with everything stuff.
Ah,
So
um,
hopefully next days we'll see something new.
so
Uh,
it's nothing to do, or it's too complex
but
to achieve.
the, no. There are many things. I don't know. Greg, can
I
you help
think,
me here? Is
yeah.
there something that
Well,
we?
I would be inclined for you to go onto the Jira site and have a look at the stories and see what interests you.
Okay. I will do that now.
Yeah, and then if you pick what interests you, if you have a look at a handful that interest you, then we can talk about them in a scrum and see what sort of help you need or direction, or you can start on it and reach out to us in Slack if you're having problems. Whatever works.
Yeah, sure. Basically, to be honest, I am not quite. I don't have a lot of experience with Ruby or Rails. I did the courses and I did the labs, but I didn't work with a team or a community team. So my knowledge could be a few. Uh, could be a little or be a few, but if I dedicate the time, I could make it work.
Okay. Well, I mean, how familiar are you with Rails?
Basically, I did the mocks on internet, software as a service. I did two courses. I also try to explore by myself, but I didn't work in a team, in a community
Okay.
team. So I do have knowledge in programming. I do have knowledge in other frameworks like Django or Symfony. But
Cool. So do you have do you have an application that you wrote on from start to end?
yeah, for example, I did one for. Do you say in Ruby or Rails or in other frameworks?
Well, if you have experience in
Anything.
Django, I mean, Django's not a million miles from Rails, other than one's in Python. I mean, you've still got the
Sure, sure.
models are slightly different in the way that they're organized, and you know the way you pass the controllers are a little bit different. I think they call them views, don't they? Um, and the way those variables are then presented to the template. I think they call it model view template, don't they, in Django? Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, but I
yeah.
mean, it's not a million miles different. I mean, if you're comfortable in Django, I can't see you having huge problems making the step to Rails. So, I mean, it may be worth you looking at. Are you familiar with how a Ruby on Rails project's organized at the moment? Under app controllers HQ and app views HQ, where
Uh, HQ. What is
yeah,
HQ?
HQ is namespaced, so that just basically stands for headquarters. But when we first wrote the app, we wrote it in active admin. So a lot of the functionality that the client's currently using is in app admin. But we have hit problems with active admin. It's a lot of work to bend to the client's requests. So we're starting to re-implement the whole site in conventional Rails. And if you look in the app controllers HQ folder and the app view HQ folder. That our work's just started in there.
But
Um,
where I can see it, because here in the let me share my screen. I am looking um I'm looking the project is are you looking my screen?
oh, okay. So
Yes,
okay.
yes, we can see it.
Sorry, I'm talking about your code base, not your not.
Ah, okay. I think
So
so.
when you see if you move your mouse over to OSRA 289.
You can
Yeah, sorry, back across into the resolve column.
let me resolve. What
If
is
you,
it? Yeah.
if you move the mouse to the left,
Uh-huh.
there,
Yeah.
There.
back.
I'm back.
Oh, oh, OS289 in the middle of the screen.
Or there. I mean, if you look at those stories in the backlog, they're
Yep.
nearly all stories. Sorry, go up to the top. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
not in the backlog, in the sprint. Uh,
The string.
yeah.
But the string.
So where you are now, if you look at those stories at the top,
Yep. Is it? Oh.
just go back to the screen you're in. So these stories at the top,
Mm-hmm.
where your mouse is, but all the ones that say remove AA, that means remove active admin, and they're standard controls and views that are being written at the moment
Mm.
to take over that functionality. So
Ah.
if you look in your code base under app controllers HQ, you'll see a partners controller and a user controller, and we've just started implementing them.
Let me see something. Um. There's code I think it's here. Uh. I am on the code.
Okay, so are you in the app folder?
No, not yet. Now I am.
You can look at my.
Look what?
Um,
Or,
I'm browsing. I'm browsing the GitHub OSRA project, so you can
okay.
see here we have
Sure.
in the app we have admin that that's everything for all the controllers and stuff for the active admin part. And now we are giving up admin, active admin, and moving to Rails, creating everything in Rails.
Oh.
And we are using this HQ namespace to create the controllers. And you can see here we already started the partners controller, the sponsors and users controller, and
Mm.
many will come. This
So
is
if
this is this is what we are working on now.
yeah, and if you look at the code for in the controllers,
Let me see.
um, and then the views that are running from those controllers, that'll probably give you an idea of where we're at the moment.
And the views also HQ, and
Uh,
here are the views.
console. Okay. But so basically, to let me try if I don't understand the project is to move one implementation in one language to Ruby on Rails, right?
Well, it's not so much in one language. There's a gem called ActiveAdmin, which is designed to make it easy to create. So you see where Christian is now? If you look to the screen.
Yeah, and then one moment, yeah. One moment. Let me see. Mm-hmm.
So if you look
I
at
am
my
seeing.
screen, this is the app
Yeah,
generated with ActiveAdmin.
So that's the ActiveAdmin gem, and that's
ActiveAdmin is a gem.
yeah, that's the interface that we see. But as the client asks for more and more features to be added, it's more and more difficult to work with ActiveAdmin. We're having to jump through more and more hoops to get it to work the way the client wants. So to make life easier for the future, we're moving away from ActiveAdmin and implementing these features in just standard Rails without the ActiveAdmin gem.
I see.
So and then when we have the same functionality in Rails, we shall start talking with the client in terms of how we navigate from ActiveAdmin over to the Rails functionality, and then we'll become probably exclusively just standard Rails without using the ActiveAdmin gem.
So basically you are yeah, it's implementing, but basically implementing based on what clients want or what is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
want to a solution in Ruby on Rails.
yeah. I mean, one of the things in ActiveAdmin is you have the controllers and the views all merged into one file, and it makes it very difficult to maintain and extend. So that's where we are. And that other, what you can see now on Christian's screen is we've had a designer mock up how the screen, how he thinks the interface should look eventually, and that's what we're going to try and.
But that's view. That's not actually the code. That's not actually the application.
No, absolutely. That's just a wireframe.
An image. It's an image. Oh, right. I see. I see. Do you have I saw documentation on on the page. Well, I will try to look at the documentation, and for if I going to do something or if I find something not so difficult.
Yeah, have a look through, and we'll get chatting in a scrum. And if you have a look at those views and controllers, and see whether it all makes sense to you, and if you've got any questions as you're looking through that, and something doesn't make sense, post a question on Slack, and then we can sit down and we can find a story for you that you'd like to work on.
Sure.
I mean, the controllers have already been written for some of the models and the views, so you'll have an idea of the way that we're writing code at the moment, and you've got a guideline for whatever it is you're going to write.
Okay.
I would guess that your first. The first thing you write will probably be creating a new view, and just doing, I don't know, an index for sponsors or what have you, and then it's not too difficult. You're just, because the model is already written, so you would just have to create the the index method in the controller file, and then the index view in the views folder. So that would be a nice job to get you orientated with the code base. And
Sure.
if anyone else is around, you know, we could join in a hangout or what have you and have a look at it.
Sure. I will try to first read the documentation and try to familiarize to see the code and try to well see the project backlog the stories to see what is not so difficult to me. And then I told to you guys to change information and to see what I can do.
The other thing I would do in the meantime
Okay,
as
sure.
well is get your Rails server up and running.
I did not run the application. I have
Okay.
all
And
the
did you log into the website?
no, actually no. I just run the tests or everything.
So
Fine.
so if you just type Rails server, and it'll start up a server for you, and then if you navigate to localhost port 3000, and then this is the important thing. You might want to write this down. The user name is admin@example.com.
Can you write it on the chat
Hang on.
box, please? Because
Where's
probably I will forget it. Let me write it.
Right, so the user is admin@example.com, and the password is password. So if you copy those down, you'll need that to log into the interface. And we don't have a menu yet. So for the stuff that we're writing, the active admin, you'll see a menu. But if you want to look at the stuff that we're doing, you'll need to go to
Okay, I see it.
I think that you have to run the seeds, so you have the access to the login. Am I right?
probably. I didn't think to mention that. So you need to do. Is it RakeDB seed?
Yeah, because I'm looking here in the DB seeds, and in the seeds it's specified this password. And see,
Yeah.
so probably I think you need to run it.
So I put that command in the chat as well. RakeDB seed.
Okay.
Yeah, if it depends whether you run RakeDB migrate or RakeDB setup, because I think if you run RakeDB setup, it runs seed as part of that. But I don't remember exactly. You won't do any damage rerunning the.
Okay. That's good. So I will start to now. I will start to first try to run the application. Um, then try to read the documentation and try to see the code and understand what it's about.
Then it gets exciting because we can get you a story and you can start coding.
Sure. But why are you not working on. But are you too busy with other projects or what?
I've had a busy week. I have done a little bit of coding just recently, but I'm not doing coding at the moment. And there's been a fair bit of code review, so that's taken time.
Okay. And the other question is, always,
Yeah.
are you coding in pair, or maybe you code something on and the other is in pair? So,
We Christian codes in pairing a lot, don't you, with Andre? Is that correct, Christian?
Well, we did a few tests pairing on them, but you know, you have to have time for that, so we have to synchronize.
yeah.
So we do a little bit of pairing, but because of we're probably more geographically dispersed than the other projects on Agile Ventures. So just getting a Scrum time that everyone can attend is a major achievement. So it's not uncommon for someone to work on some code on their own, and then for it to get brutally analysed at code review.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. But I will try to be around every day this hour, or maybe a few later. But if I have a question on something, we can. I know how to communicate with you guys.
Well, it's not unusual if we haven't had a chance to pair. It's not unusual when we have a scrum to do the scrum first and get that out the way, and then at the end of the scrum go through people's problems and see what they're doing and share a screen and deal with those all at the end of the scrum. So you certainly won't be left uh, just on your own, if that makes sense.
Sure. I understand. I see the point. So so basically, we're going to run the application, then then we are talking, and then print the documentation.
Splendid. And as I
Okay.
say, if you do have any questions, do reach out to us on Slack. You know, someone will always come back to you on Slack in the OSRA
Sure.
channel.
On the yeah, sure. I am already on it on it. So sure, I will do that. Thank you. See you soon.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
So same time tomorrow.
Anything else?
Not from me.
Excuse me?
Not for me.
Same time tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Yes,
Take
Okay.
care.
same time tomorrow.
See
Cheers.
ya.
Bye bye.
Take care. Have a good day. Bye bye.